Y'all, I forgot I had a school paper due today. I was like, oh my God. I completely forgot. I forgot my teacher said we had a paper that's due on Thanksgiving. So I had to scramble to finish the paper, write my classmates back, and now I finished it. Okay. Insane, but I got it done, thank God. So I was just sitting here thanking y'all. Ignore my chips. But one thing I feel like I need to work on is my getting mad so quick. Sometimes I get in situations because I feel like in all my relationships, I had to use like, I had to always protect myself. I always had to be so, I don't know how you explain it, but I feel like I always had to be tough and I couldn't let my guard down and I couldn't trust anybody because I was always worried they were going to hurt me because I always been hurting my relationships and abused and a whole bunch of other things. So it's hard for me to get into a good situation without me thinking that that person's like everyone else I dated. And I was talking to the person today that I'm talking to, and they were just like, you gotta not be so obsessed sometimes about things, like just work on that. And it made me think like that's so true. Like because I feel like in all those relationships I was in fight mode in a sense, and they just made me, it brought a lot of anger to me, and those were argumentative relationships and things that kept happening because I wasn't happy in the first place, but secondly it was the people and how they treated me. And so that's how my mind thinks when I'm in relationships. It thinks like, oh, this person gonna hurt me, they're gonna do the same to me, and so I get defensive and all these things happen. And so it's like hearing somebody else say that to me is like, okay, sure, you really got to work on yourself, because you can't be this person that's always defensive, always got your guard up, always expecting somebody to hurt you or do things just because that happened in your past. And I am learning to be better with that. I'm in therapy, y'all, and therapy is teaching me that, and also just learning that certain how I think a lot of times I don't need to react to everything, and a lot of times we don't even realize we don't need to react to everything, but we do. Some reactions are just not needed, and if they are, you don't have to say it out loud in that moment. You need to. I think a lot of times my emotions get in the way of my feelings, so it's like when we put our emotions first, that we're gonna respond like kind of not in a calm way because our emotions have taken over. So I'm trying to learn not to let my emotions consume me and take over, and let me think before I respond and say, "Don't, Sherelle, is this your emotions coming in, or is this you just need to calm down because this is not really a situation where you need to be worked up." So yeah, I'm learning that every day about myself, y'all. But I like when people point it out to me, because then it shows me like, Sherelle, you got to work on that. You got to bring that, reel it back in. So that's just a thought, y'all. A thought for you guys on this beautiful Thanksgiving.